Guess we'll get right into it. I had a few people tell me they wanted to watch the recording because they couldn't get to
Yeah.
it. So, all right, we'll jump in. So today's video is about reactive eating. Reactive eating has to do with any action you take based on a feeling that you have. So for those of you that don't know, I put this out in my team meeting every single month that every single decision you make is based on an emotion that you're feeling at the time. So that has a lot to do with eating and why people have eating disorders and why they exist and things like that. But today we're going to kind of focus in on a few that a lot of you have food connections with. So Lauren made a nice little outline. We're kind of going to jump through it. The first one's nice and short, nice and quick, because a lot of people know, which is stress. So go ahead, Lauren. You can touch on stress a little bit.
So stress is a huge one, especially right now with the holidays coming up and everything. And I know, like, for students out there, it's finals week. So stress is crazy this time of year. So a big thing with stress is your cortisol levels are raised, and those can increase your hunger hormone. So that's why we say, like, get to the gym, get a workout in, because that's going to help relieve like the stress instead of like eating and all that.
Right. So what she's saying is you're going to get a lot of temptations. Naturally, when we're stressed out and our cortisol is very high, your body wants to eat. So if you don't recognize that and distract your body, you're going to fall into that rabbit hole. That's why stress eating becomes a problem. Because a lot of people, they come home from work and they just start. Am I paused on your computer? Because I'm paused on
Yeah,
mine.
you're frozen.
Sweet. Love it. All right, but you can still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Whatever. I'm just going to keep talking. It's because I'm connected to my hotspot because my internet at my house sucks. All right, whatever. I'm just going to stay frozen. All right, whatever. So your cortisol, whenever it's high, if you don't know and you don't notice that feeling, you're never going to be able to recognize when you need to distract yourself. So that's a huge thing. Knowing things to distract yourself, like Lauren said, was working out. So working out, for me, it's food prep. If I can start thinking about tomorrow and start thinking about what I can eat tomorrow and things like that, it kind of gives me an exciting feeling inside to go to bed, like get my stuff done, go to bed, and wake up and have everything I want tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you can continue on. I want to switch over my Wi-Fi, but at the same time, like, I don't, because I feel like I'm going to drop.
That's okay.
So keep going.
All right. So I guess we'll go on to our next topic. So that's binge eating. And with binge eating, it's caused from starving, which binge eating, you can get it from starving yourself. So a lot of people, they'll go all week and like eat very little food, like kind of starve yourself almost. And then because they're trying to lose weight, and then on the weekend, because you're not eating all week, then you kind of almost give up because you're on like a diet. So, like, you give up because you're starving them by the weekend because you're not balancing how you eat. So then people eat a bunch of food all at once on the weekend, and then they get kind of sick from it. And so, but if you do this, it's going to ruin your metabolism because then you're not on a consistent either deficit or however your plan of how you're eating is. So your body is starting to lose weight when you're starving yourself, but then as soon as you all of a sudden jump and eat all the food again, it's just going to shock your metabolism, and then you're just going to gain a bunch of weight back, or it's going to hold on to all your weight. And as you continue doing that, it's not going to let you lose any more weight, and you're just going to keep all the weight on and maybe even gain more.
Right.
Then,
So
yeah.
go ahead. Are you going to touch more on binge?
I just have like how it's done. Most people do it in private when they do it.
Right.
To obesity, and again, it's linked to stress, anxiety, and depression. So a lot of mental health there.
Right. So just like Lauren just said, that mental health component is huge. I just shut my video off because it's just not going to work. So audio it is for me and the logo. But binge eating is a huge like mental barrier you have to break through with yourself, because like Lauren said, it is a lot of the time done in private. You don't want a lot of people to know that you're binge eating, because you're publicly saying, hey, I'm on a diet, or you're publicly saying to your family and your friends and the close people, hey, I'm watching what I'm eating. But you're lying to everyone, because you're trying to continue your bad eating habits in private. And that's that mentality that Lauren's talking about. Is it really becomes, it's a disorder. Binge eating is definitely a food disorder and an eating disorder, and that's why it all starts in your brain and your mentality. Anytime you work with us on nutrition, we're going to teach you very slow changes over time, or how to balance things, because you're going to get stuck in this, okay, I'm going to deficit, screw it, roller coaster, let's go. Like, it's not about trying to have the ride of your life for a week. It's about your whole entire life and how you maintain that up and down and staying in the middle. So if you have an eating disorder, now that I'm on that topic, if you have an eating disorder, if you need help, Lauren and I are both more than certified to talk to you and help you through it. It's definitely not something we want you to do on your own or in private by yourself, because it's a mental disorder. Like we said, we don't want you stuck in your own thoughts. So that kind of leads us right into the next topic of emotional eating.
Yeah, so emotional eating, most of the time you are satisfying your emotions when you eat and not really your physical needs. So you might just keep eating and eating and eating and never feel full. And it's just like, I have a bunch of like questions, like if it is like emotional eating, things like you could ask yourself is like, do you regularly eat until you're stuffed and full? And do you feel better when you eat? I also have like, does food make you feel safe? And like, is food like your friend almost? Like, there's a bunch of emotions that go into like emotional eating, either
Right.
good
So
or bad. So
have you ever seen the memes or the videos or whatever where someone's sad and they want a tub of ice cream?
yeah.
So that is emotional eating. When you're sad, the only thing you're running to is food. And a lot of people run to sweets. Some people run to salty, but mostly sweets, because sweet gives you that satisfying, rewarding taste of, okay, I feel better. You're just tricking your hormones is what you're doing. You're tricking your brain, you're tricking your taste buds, you're tricking your body into feeling better, when you're just putting the problem off to the side and then digging into a whole new problem, because you're doing something that is bad for your health. Granted, I'm not saying don't ever have a tub of ice cream, because everybody has to do it once in their life and feel that pain, but things happen in life, and once you can be okay with going through goods and bads in life and knowing that it's going to happen and having a strategy when it does happen, just know you have people to talk to. That's a huge thing. Is you have me, you have Lauren, you have everyone at the gym. Any mental thing you're going through, anything that's bad, someone passes away, that happens a lot. We see at the gym is someone will lose a family member and then they fall off for months. And we just want you to know you don't have to do that, and that we're here for you to talk to you, even if working out isn't the first thing you want to do. Of course it's not. Deal with your emotions, deal with your coping, but don't deal with it with food. That's kind of all I want to say about that.
Yeah, I think
And then
that's
ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself, am I going to this food because it's making me feel better? Am I going to this food and eating until I'm overly stuffed? Listen to your body. Your body has hormones that tell you I'm full or I'm hungry. They can be abused, and you can let yourself not feel the emotion of I'm hungry, or you can push that barrier of I'm full. You really, really have to start paying attention, especially if you are pushing one of those hormones. You kind of got to zone yourself back in and be like, okay, at this point I should probably be full. All right, let me just stop for right now. You can always have another meal. Just break it apart. All right. That's all.
All right, and then we'll go straight into celebration. So with the holidays and everything coming up, there's gonna be lots of food all over the place. And even just like going out with your friends when they are around, but you don't want to overdo it.
Moderation, moderation. That's my song for the holidays.
What is it?
Moderation. It's a moderation song. I just made it up right now.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. I think it's going to be top charts.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
#1 hit.
I'd listen to it.
Yeah, because when you're going out with friends or you're at a holiday party, if that song came on, you would be like, okay, let me take a step back and pump the brakes because I'm going off the train here.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's literally what celebrate. Like, I know, like, so I just turned 21, so
Woo!
all my friends are gonna be at the bar drinking and all that stuff. But when I go, I'm not gonna be like I'm working out hard. I'm eating good. I'm not gonna try to keep up with my friends and like they're gonna be pounding these drinks down, and I'm not gonna do that because I have a goal. I know I'm gonna watch myself. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, and that's what you just got to keep reminding yourself.
Right. So what Lauren just said is she's 21, right? So I'm 23. We're both very young. A lot of people in our age want to go out, and that's a great example. They want to go out. I'm usually always the DD. If I'm not, I'm there, and I know what to drink, and I've adjusted for the day. So if you know you're going to have drinks, know that alcohol is very high in carbs. It is also poison to the body, so you're not going to feel very good for 2 to 3 days after that. You might only feel the sick feeling for a day, but what it's doing to the inside of your body lasts maybe up to a week, depending on how old you are. So just know that. But with the whole celebration thing, don't not celebrate.
Yeah.
You are human. You live in life like everybody else. But what makes you different is that you're aware of your surroundings. You're aware of your food intake. You're aware of your health and fitness. You're aware that it takes time, effort, and planning to get to the goals that you want. That's what makes you different. It's your mindset. So as long as your actions match your mindset, you're going to be fine over the holidays. I gained 8 pounds over Thanksgiving, and I already dropped them back off because I jumped right back on the bandwagon. That's what this is about. If you're on a very strict diet right now and then you take 2 to 3 days completely off, you're going to gain 6 to 10 pounds. That's just how this works. Your body wants to hold on to everything because it's not used to having it. But I promise, if you jump right back on the train, give it a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you'll be right back where you were. It's not about not enjoying because you're going to have ups and downs. You just have to get back on the train. And the problem is when people celebrate and they go to family functions or they go to the bar and they're like, wow, that was so much fun. I'm just going to do this every single day. And then you're just gone. From that on, you've lost your mindset and you're not on the train anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes time and effort and awareness to get back on and be like, okay, I fell off, but I'm back on. And I'm determined to get to my goal. Even if I took 2 steps back, it was fun. I enjoyed it while I was there. It's the holiday. It is okay.
Yeah.
That's what you have to tell yourself. I fall into that personally because I follow such a strict regimen. It's very hard for me to celebrate. But that itself is a disorder. I know that. I know that telling myself, I don't like to have fun because I don't like to derail from my results is not okay. So I literally have to talk myself into being like, you're going to enjoy Christmas, you're going to eat cookies, and you're going to have fun. Like, it's a talk I have to have with myself. And I have people around me that know I struggle with that. So they help me and they say, look, you're going to be fine. You're going to the gym tomorrow. You'll be back where you were in a week. And guess what? They're right. So if you're like me, or if you're on the other end of this where you're falling off the wagon for so long, jump back on because we're here for you and we're here to get you to your results.
Oh yeah.
That was my personal story. I am a fun sucker when it comes to my results.
I can,
So it's hard. It really is hard.
yeah,
Like I don't like to go out. I don't because I feel like I've gone so hard and so long. And if I've taken 10 weeks, then I know that my results are supposed to be there in 12. But if at week 10 I decide I'm going to go out for 3 days, okay, well now my results aren't going to be there till week 14. So for me, that's just because I'm so in order and I like my things to happen on certain days and times. I'm very organized. That to
yeah.
me, that makes me anxious. So you have to know yourself. You have to know how you act. You have to know how you react to plan accordingly.
Hmm.
That's all I
Yeah,
got.
I
That's
definitely I see like the same thing. Like I hate like I want to have fun and stuff, but like at times I kind of question like maybe I don't want to go out or but it's like I'll still go out or anything or whatever I'm eating, I'll just like watch kind of now.
right. It's
I've
it's from
definitely found it in me too. Like I kind of hesitate. Like, do I really want to go out with friends or do I really want to do that?
you'll
But
find that moderation where it's like you can still go out. You're just aware when you it's funny because you'll go out whether it's to a restaurant or you're going to a bar
yeah,
because you have the mindset and you're cautious of your health and your fitness and you enjoy meal prepping and getting to your results. You're going to people watch so hard and just be like, wow, they really don't even think about their health and fitness at all. Like how does this not how are they not going through what I'm going through? It's just a different mindset. And I go out all the time and I'll be the one at the bar that's not drinking, but I still have fun. It's
yeah,
not you don't need drinks to have fun, so that's a huge thing.
yeah,
And as you go through your next few years, you're gonna find your friends who only want to be your friend when you go out and drink.
mm-hmm.
But that's for everybody that's gonna listen to this call. Everybody has those friends who will only be your friends if you go out and drink. We call those acquaintances or bar friends. Um, my friends know what I do for a living. My friends know what goals I'm going on. My friends know what I do, so they're just like, okay, we're just gonna assume Natalie's gonna be the DD. Sweet, let's go out. I'm not asking them to not do it because I'm
Yeah,
not doing it. It's about living that balanced lifestyle and just having people around you that support you. That's like the main thing with this reactive eating, emotional eating. You have to have people around you that support you because 90% of the people around you do not support you.
mm-hmm.
It's not that they want to see you fail, but they don't want to change their ways for you.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's a
I've seen that.
huge I'm so glad I said that and that came to my mind. But it's a huge thing is that nobody around you wants to change the way they live their lives for you. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to have that willpower. And willpower is like a muscle. If you don't work it out, it's going to go away.
Yeah,
All right. So I think we touched on the majority of this.
yeah.
The last one is starving, which
Sorry.
goes with binging.
Yeah. So starving again, it has to deal with emotions. So especially I've seen it from being bullied, either breakups, stress, and especially in sports. I see it a ton of times. Um, you just want to watch starving because it can get to a point where you can be anorexic and it's very unhealthy for you. I've seen a lot of times through sports since I did do cheerleading up till college and stuff. I was doing it, and I've seen girls literally to be in a certain position, which a lot of girls, myself, I was in the air being flipped around and all that, and to be that you have to stay tiny, like you can't. And a lot of times in college, I saw girls would be it in high school, and then when they got to college, the college 15, they would gain some weight and they wouldn't be able to go up in the air anymore, so then it would lead them to starving themselves just to stay tiny, to look a certain way. But you also have that in other sports like gymnastics. Wrestling's a big one, but it doesn't just have to do with sports. Like I was saying, bullying's a big one. Like people who get bullied about their weight, it can lead them to like starving themselves. and also like any type of breakups that can lead you to starving.
How about
too.
this one, Lauren? This is one that we see that's going to really resonate with people at the gym is those who go through a transformation,
Okay, yeah.
right? So I see it a lot, and I get it privately a lot, that someone will go through one of our transformation challenges, they lose all this weight, and then they derail, like we talked about before.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then eventually they'll come back to me in a private message, private email, say, hey, something along the lines of, I've gained all my weight back. I haven't really been eating much. I'm trying to keep my weight back off. This is things that people have and deal with in private because they go through a big transformation. They're like, well, I don't want anyone to know that I gained all this weight back on.
Yeah.
First of all, it's okay.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's life. You're not ever going to stay at your smallest. That's the main thing. And if you want to stay at your smallest, it takes some real hard discipline and willpower, like we talk about, to maintain that every single day.
Yeah.
So it's okay to gain weight back on. In the past 3 years, I've been 118 to 147 to 120s to 135s. You know, you're going to be all over the place, especially as years go on. You're going to be up and down. You just have to understand your environment and what's around you and what you're training for or not training for, what you're eating for and what you're not eating for. If I don't have a goal, I am off the chains. You know what I mean? Like I'm grabbing a munchkin when I can. You know what I mean? Like moderately, but at the same time, if you don't have a goal you're working towards, which a lot of these challengers see is they have that 6-week goal. Once that 6-week goal is gone, they're lost. So that's why we keep making videos about goal building, is because if you don't keep having goals, your brain is very, I want to say, like a rubber band. So your memory is like a rubber band. As soon as you stop thinking about something or stretching it, it's going to snap right back to where it was. And it's easy to be bigger and put weight back on. It's way easier to put weight on than it is to keep weight off. So if your body remembers how much weight you can hold, it always wants to go back there. So you're always going to have that mentality that's like, you can get away with one donut. You used to eat 6, right? Like, that's not the mindset you want to get into. It's, hey, I'm living a new life now. Instead of having a donut, I'm going to have some fruit, a fruit smoothie, right? You're still satisfying that sweet craving, but you're picking something healthier.
Yeah.
That is okay. So that's what this one really resonated with me, was the starving is members, right? Members, they hit these goals and then they just fall off, or they hit the goals and they get so lean that they feel like if they lose 5 to 10 or if they gain 5 to 10 pounds, that all hell broke loose. That's not the case, right?
No.
So you don't want to starve to keep yourself at your smallest. You're never going to be at your smallest. Ever, ever, ever. You might be there for a week, and then you'll probably gain 10 pounds, and that's where you maintain. You're not supposed to be lean. Your body wants fat on it because you're supposed to be insulated. You're supposed to have storage for hard workouts where you're pushing the limit and your body has something to grab onto to give you that extra rep. You're supposed to have body fat. So if you think, or you're one of these people that you had awesome results and you're trying to starve yourself to stay little, or what I call intermittent fasting gone wrong, like that's not the good way to do it. Like, we really want to teach you lifestyle. It is okay to maintain at a medium weight, and then know that it takes 3 weeks to get down to your lean weight and 1 week to get back up to your medium weight. Like, that's what I wanted to touch on when you said that.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had multiple big name college athletes email me and say, hey, I'm in my off season and I've gained a lot of weight and I've got 2 weeks to get back down. Can you help me? Yes, absolutely, I can help you. But what happened was their mindset switched. They realized what was going on. So no matter what phone call we have or what Zoom call we do, it'll always tie back to your mindset and your goals.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Emotional eating is 110% based on your mindset, your goals, and how you know that you react to certain emotions you have. If you don't know how you react to certain things, you don't know yourself, which is a huge eye opener for a lot of people, because it took me a lot of years by myself in my own head to get to know myself. But I could tell you right now, if any movie comes on with a baby or a happy ending or something sad, I'm a crier. You know what I mean? Like, I know what triggers my emotions.
Yeah.
If you don't know yourself that deep, you might want to start learning who you are.
That's a good point.
Ball dropper. This is me, like, New Year's. You can't see me, but
I know, I can't see you.
but if you could imagine, like, me holding the New Year's ball and, like, bringing it down, and then
Okay.
it's finally New Year's, and then fireworks go off. Like, that's what I'm doing right now, because that's what this is. Like, it's a slow crawl and then a light switch, right? Somebody
Yeah.
gets it. So, all right, my emotions are high now.
That was good.
That was a good one. I think this is going to help a lot of people. So I will get this recorded, put up on the page, and we'll get another one up next Wednesday.
Yeah, sounds
Cool.
good.
All right, Lauren, thanks for zooming in today, and
Yeah, thank
we'll
you.
get this up on the page.
All right.
All right, later.
Bye.